purity. Because sometimes I worry about the future of Islam. Maybe they're not going to get to know Prabhupada as much. They're not going to feel his magic and divinity and purity. But actually, because of amazing disciples like Shruti Kirti Prabhu, they will get to experience that because he takes you right there. I mean, even the 7-up pastime, the detail that's there. I read it the other day, and Prabhu was writing that Prabhupada was drinking and said, this is very nice. He drank it again. He said, this is very good. And he looked at the ingredients and said, oh, this is bona fide. And Prabhu was saying, this is the best advertisement for 7-up, you know? It doesn't get better than that. So we've been reading it every single night. So we're reading this. This is also Prabhupada the manner where there are no couches and no floors. Srila Kirti Prabhu probably did something wrong, which is why he's afraid, right behind Srila Prabhupada. No?
It's on the altar in Krishna Balaram Mandir. Do you see how strict we are now on the altars? Prabhupada's wearing his kurta, and I'm wearing whatever, little t-shirt there. Yeah, but that was right after Prabhupada performed Arati to Krishna Balaram, very first time.
What about this photo here?
That's Vrindavan, October 1972, walking through the streets of Vrindavan by Radha Damodar Temple. And that little, on the right there, that little part of the hair and face, that's Hayagriva. That's Hayagriva on the other side. And me, that was before I got sick in India. That was like my first month, and everything was fine and easy. And I hadn't lost 20 pounds.
Wow.
But very wonderful. They were my very early days with Prabhupada, I guess.
One of my favorite photos is this one.
Yeah.
One that you were saying Prabhupada was showing you how to fold his chadar.
He had to show me how to fold his chadar. And he did it very kindly. Again. But yes. The photo was actually black and white, but they colorized, it got colorized, updated. But yes. And that yeah, it was a raw silk chadar. I have one of his chadars at my house that he gave me. That's also a story you might have read in the book. Yes. And you can see the neck beads back then. That's how we wore our neck beads. You couldn't even get your finger in between the beads in your neck. They were so tight.
And you have Prabhupada's slippers with you as well?
Yeah.
Yes, I have them.
Spoiler there.
We have Prabhupada slippers again today for all of you and everyone. You can get them again on your head this very special day. Get special mercy.
And just before we get to that, there's one of my favorite ones that I read from your book was you were massaging Prabhupada and you wanted to go to India with him, but you know you're sort of delaying it because you didn't want to get sick, and he gave you the option. And was this the picture of it, or?
No, on the other side is Bali Murdan. Laughing, Bali Murdan's telling a story, I don't remember. But you can see how Prabhupada is just wearing a gamsha, I'm wearing a gamsha. That's how it went on, just sitting on a straw mat. Yeah.
Amazing.
It was amazing, yeah.
Now there's so many more pictures, and I wish I gathered more throughout Google. If you just go Srila Kirti Prabhu with Srila Prabhupada.
One of the ones. You can see how comfortable I became being with Prabhupada, literally just hanging over his Vyasasan as he's looking at a new volume of one of the Srimad Bhagavatams. So it was, yeah. And there you see his that little lota, that's what had the water in for putting on his tilak. And the bowl had the ball of tilak in it. It was usually like the size of a golf ball. And on the other side was its compact. It's ivory, carved ivory. You open it up and there was a mirror and a picture of his Guru Maharaj.
And the goblet of 7-up, of course. Yeah, there's so much more. What were you carrying there in this photo? Okay.
That's a Ur taper. That weighed like 5 kgs, I think. It was all solid metal. And it's to this day, it's in the house of Mahadevi's house. They bought it. Prabhupada would sell them things. He stayed at their house sometimes for weeks at a time. And we all stayed at the house. And they would feed us. They gave us their whole apartment to stay in. And then when he would leave, one time he sold them a typewriter, another time he sold them, he didn't give them things because he stayed there, he would still sell on top of that. So, but they very happily, they have one of Prabhupada's typewriters. And when we were there, we asked if they'd sell it. He said we wouldn't sell it for a 747. He said we wouldn't sell this typewriter. So they understand the value of Prabhupada's items that he had. He told me, he gave me so many different things at times. And he told me, you can use them when I'm here. He said, and then when I leave, they become worshipable. So he let me know that distinction. You can't use it anymore. If you have a chadar, not like you can wear it. No, it becomes worshipable. That's Gopal Krishna in the middle there.
Oh wow, yeah, that's true. It's so much easier.
Yeah. And behind him, it looks like the head of Surab.
Oh, Surab, yeah,
That's Surab's head.
right behind Prabhupada.
Yeah, right behind Prabhupada.
Amazing. There's a plethora more that we can check out. And I was just thinking how lucky we were to have one of these photos preserved. This seems
That's Juhu. And that behind me is Nanda Kumar, who was Prabhupada's servant before me, just before me. Prabhupada said he was expert. Nanda Kumar was expert.
I remember asking you, oh, how did you people would leave a service, it was a pure devotee, and you were telling me what all day, no phone, no Netflix, sitting in a room until the bell rang?
Yes, yes. But then you had moments like this. Yeah.
Can't even imagine, just amazing. Okay, a few more.
That's Malati on one side of Prabhupada there, and Malati's daughter, Saraswati.
Oh, she grew up?
Yeah, Prabhupada was very sweet with her. And,
Amazing. There's a plethora more, that's the good thing. And
I like this photo a lot. We all look very, very serious. That's in Mayapur going up the stairs to his room. And in between Prabhupada and myself, that's Paramahamsa Swami. He became Prabhupada's secretary, and him and I were very good friends. He died just this year, beginning of this year. Last year.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's Vrindavan, after the opening, yeah. That's Dr. Kapoor, O.B.L. Kapoor, one of Prabhupada's godbrothers and good friend there in Vrindavan, with the glasses on.
gosh, I could do this all day, every single day. Can't get enough of it. We're just so thankful that you've put your life into this biography. And not only have you expressed Prabhupada's purity and divinity, but you've also so lovingly wrote these short poems after these stories, which really show your love for Srila Prabhupada. And I think that's increasing my attachment for Srila Prabhupada even more. It seems you're being very attentive servant.
On the other side, out of the picture, there's Brahmananda. Next to Brahmananda, that's Bhakti Swarup Damodar. So he was a scientist, and morning walks would always be very exciting when he was there. And he was always very jolly. Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Because of course Prabhupada would always condemn the scientist, So he would get a kick because he was a scientist. He was at his whatever, I don't know, PhD. So these are morning walks, probably Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh. Google should generate much more of these photos. Come on, Google. Give us one more leader, please. Come on, Google. Where's Google when you need it? Okay. So, the great thing is, the book has a lot of these pastimes as well. And the photos there are full of their experiences with Srila Prabhupada. And you can get to experience that as well. And there is a secret stock somewhere, that's what I know for sure. But even if you can't get access to that secret stock, we can put orders in. So they can approach Jagannath Sutta or myself, and we can take care of them to do that. And it's so amazing because it's all compiled in one book. And all the photos that we're looking for, all the biographies are all there. Very high quality. His experiences with Srila Prabhupada. And honestly, to me, this might be a strong statement, but I think every single ISKCON devotee should have was a difficulty. Actually, it's an understatement, because Prabhupada's period in divinity should be held for many more generations. And today's 60th anniversary is just a remembrance of that, Prabhupada's glories. So thank you, Srila Kirti Prabhu, so much for making the morning program. We were practically begging him yesterday, please, after really squeezing him out for 3 whole days to come and preach, and we said, please come tomorrow for the morning program. And he's luckily come and done that austerity, although he lives an hour and a half away. Thank you, Vishnu Kamarji, for your very strong persuasion. Perhaps you should learn some of those skills for book distribution. Could do us good. And
They had no choice. I was right and I was right.
Good, there's a lot to learn from that.
Yeah.
Either right or right. So, what's the difficulty? In Mayapur, we were reading this and we were having so much ice cream. And we were supposed to go and hire them about 10 minutes later. And 10 minutes turned into 20 to 40, you remember that? Into an hour, into a couple of hours. And wait, 2 buckets of ice cream each, I believe, different flavors. And then we're like, I can't keep doing this. And what did the boys say? What's the difficulty? Let's keep going. Temple President said one more time, really want to harp, one more leader, you one more leader. Kept going on and on for a couple of hours. So it's endless, it's eternal. Come approach us for a copy. We'd like to also thank Shri Kirti Prabhu for coming here this morning. A huge round of applause. Presents for many more years to come. Yeah. Any final news to share, Prabhu, before we wrap up? Before we wrap up, anyway.
More, you want more?
Yeah, I can't get enough. I can see everyone here is sitting. Oh, I was expecting you to come back with the secret stack. Oh no. Okay. Can we ask your blessings to have Prabhupada's slippers put on our head?
Yes, they'll come.
Haribol.
You requested me to keep them for the program.
Come on, something we can do it next year. We'll put online orders then.
Does anyone